Meeting's still going on. The governor and the speaker are meeting, and our staff's there. I got to go to a leadership meeting with our caucus. They're talking about an income tax. As you guys know, we already passed an income tax out of the Senate. So they're talking about trying to get the votes to pass an income tax, a version of that, out of the House.
What about pension borrowing?
What's the version that they're talking about?
And pension borrowing, of course, would be a part of that as well.
I mean, is it a single percentage
Variations
point?
on the bill that we passed out of the
Is
Senate.
it 2 percentage points?
Variations on all that.
Do you have the votes you need for pension borrowing in your chamber?
Oh yes, the pension borrowing bill that already passed the House. Well, we believe we have the votes for that, and that's what we're going to be calling on this week.
What swung the head count in your favor on that?
Well, I think hopefully as I said before, we needed some Republican votes. I believe we can get some Republican votes. The other thing we're working on is workers' comp. There are meetings on that today as well, and Medicaid changes and saving money on Medicaid, as well as huge savings, of course, in the workers' comp cost, because we've learned that this is the second highest cost of any state in the nation on workers' comp costs. So that's what we're working on.
An agreement in there about what they're going to do on the tax increase for the House out of this meeting, and then that would come back to you later.
Yeah, and we're going to try to work on this today. If we have to come back and meet later, we'll do that as well.
How do you assess the overall chances between now and next Wednesday of passing a tax increase?
Well, I don't know. I think it would be helpful to get some support from the other party, and we obviously have a huge deficit that we're trying to overcome, and that's what we're trying to
But the other
address.
party isn't in these meetings, right?
I understand the governor has been meeting with Republicans before we got there.
Has there been any shift in thinking, though, that this could be an all-Democratic roll call in the House?
Well, that's one of the things you have to, that's the only thing you can control, your own caucus, so you hope that you get enough votes that way, but if you don't have enough, then you have to turn to the other party. So it would be it would be very helpful if we had more support from the other party.
The Republicans say they can do it, they can balance this budget, or they can deal with the problem without a tax increase. Has your thinking changed on that at all?
I don't think I've even heard anybody even say that out loud and really be serious about it, because we have $8 billion in unpaid bills, plus the pension obligations. So you're up to about 14, 16 $billion. We only have 26, 27 billion to work with. I don't think anybody has said you can just cut your way
Well, Leader
out of it.
Radonio has said things differently to you in private than she said to us.
No, I mean, when you look at the numbers, I'm sure when you guys cross-examine these statements that all we got to do is cut, the numbers don't add up. I think that's what we're talking about.
Is school reform off the table for this lame duck session?
If we can't get it done this week, we want to do it as soon as we come back in the session.
Would you say it's likely that it'll be something?
Yeah, I haven't had a chance to talk to Senator Lightfoot at meetings yesterday, but hopefully we'll find out where we are.
What about abolishing the death penalty? Is that something that needs to be done now? Some of the
It's all a matter.
opponents say
We're in
that-
session. It's all a matter of whether you have enough votes, and so we'll see what happens. I think that's something that they wanted to start in the House. If it passes, we'll take it up in
What
the
are your
Senate.
feelings about it?
I
as
personally
a lawmaker?
would certainly vote to repeal, but I'll wait and see what the House does
What
first.
kind of blowback do you expect from the public if a tax increase passes?
I think it depends on how people look at it. I think what we have to do is pay our bills. That's a huge, important part of our national image, as well as the importance to our economy. I think we also have to make sure that our bond rating is improved, and people see that going forward we can pay our bills. So if people look at it from that perspective, I think it's something that they would accept.
Is the spending cap constitutional amendment, is that going to have traction in your chamber?
Again, I have no idea. We'll have to wait and see what the House does. We've already passed an income tax. That's over in the House. That's whatever it takes for them to pass an income tax is what they're talking about right now. And if I could, I got to go to a meeting.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.